We're now joined by Joaquin Buckley, who returns to face Jordan Wright at UFC 255. And I say returns because it's only been 5 weeks since you basically locked up knockout of the year against Impa Kasanganay.
Yes,
How
sir.
has your life changed? What example would you give us to explain how things have changed for you since the knockout heard around the world?
Much haven't changed. I haven't slowed down yet. I've mainly been trying to, stay in the house and, just keep training. You know what I mean? And then we already had the fight set up, so we just been training and staying in the house. So much haven't really changed, with the whole COVID and quarantine. But I'm definitely like when I head out to go, get groceries and stuff like that. People start to recognize me, so that's a pretty cool part. But nothing crazy right now. Nothing too crazy.
At what point did you realize that that knockout was a big deal?
Um, Well, I told one guy, what I mean, I didn't really think it was a big deal up until I got the first person to actually recognize me for the first time when I came back home to St. Louis. So I was taking the Metro Link back to the crib, whatever. So I had all my bags and whatnot. And but funny enough, I didn't pay for a ticket. I just didn't have the change on me at the time when I was at Lambert Airport, whatever, to pay for my little Metro ticket. And as soon as I got on the train, I'm just thinking like, all right, as soon as I make it to the crib, we good. But two officers ended up walking on to the train, just to make sure, everything was all right and everything was good. But I'm thinking in my head like, dang, man, I hope they don't ask if I got my ticket and everything. So as soon as, he was standing right there by me. He was like, hey, where you flying in from? Because I had all my bags. I'm like, oh, I just came from Abu Dhabi. And he was like, oh, I thought I recognized you. Yeah, you that one dude that did the kick. So just right off the bat, the first night or the first day coming back home, somebody recognized. That's when I knew it was a pretty big deal. The first person, like, as soon as I got on the train, like, he was the first person to recognize me. Pretty cool.
All right, so and at the end of the year, everybody's going to hand out their Fight of the Year awards, Fighter of the Year, Knockout of the Year. Ariel's going to have his in a month or so. I'm going to beat everybody to the punch. Here on UFC Fight Camp, our Knockout of the Year is going to be your knockout of Impa Kasanganay in Abu Dhabi. So I hate to put you on the spot, but we're going to need an acceptance speech. 2020 Knockout of the Year, Joaquin Buckley. Go ahead.
Accept the speech. Oh man, you put me right on the spot, man. I don't have anything, man. I'm just appreciative, man, and I'm thankful for everything that has come with it. You know what I'm saying, and everything that's going to come from it. So what I mean, I'm just real appreciative, and I just can't wait to do the same thing to Jordan Wright. First round finish though this time.
All right, that was a pretty good acceptance speech for just going off the cuff. But I talked to Uriah Hall a few years ago, not long after he had a similarly spectacular knockout of Adam Sella, and he told me he was getting kind of frustrated talking about it. He said, "Hey, man, I'm more than a spinning hook kick." What should we know, and what should casual fans out there know about Joaquin Buckley beyond what we saw in that 5 second stint, that spectacular KO that you had?
Well, shout out to Uriah Hall for that kick, man. Definitely a big inspiration. You know what I mean? When I first came up, I used to train with Adam Sell back in the day. So, what I mean? That's pretty crazy, that now that things have flipped around and, now I'm up there, along with them, amongst one of the greatest knockouts. But with just, with everything that's going on, what I mean? I'm just blessed, for the, opportunity just to be with the UFC and just to get back after it with Jordan Wright on November 21st. So I don't try to think too much about it, you know what I mean? There's no reason to, because it's not going to define me. I'm a spectacular fighter, and I know anytime I go out there, it's going to be exciting. So this knockout is not going to define me as who I am. Every time I go out there, it's going to be an exciting fight. So just make sure you're watching and staying tuned. You never know what you're going to
And
miss.
that, and that brings me to my next question. I mean, people who've been paying attention to high level MMA, you've been around for a minute. You went through Bellator, you went through LFA. What challenge does
Yeah.
it present to you when you do something like that, that's generating all the different memes and Mortal Kombat edits, to look ahead to the task at hand and focus on somebody who could kind of end all that momentum in Jordan Wright?
I mean, it brings no difficulties. I mean, at the end of the day, the pressure is always just to win. I mean, the end all goal is just to win. If anything, it allowed people to really see me for who I am. That was the difficult part, just to get my name out there. That's over with now. I'm on ESPN, I'm on Sports Center. You know what I mean? I'm on all these big platforms now where I'm able to speak and tell people who I am. So that difficult part right there, getting my name out there, is over with. And the easiest part to me is just always fighting. It's that's what we're trying to do, is get the W at the end of the day. Nothing new.
And your opponent, Jordan Wright, is technically undefeated. He did suffer a loss on the Dana White Contender Series, overturned because his opponent tested positive for marijuana. He still has a 0 in the loss column. What does he do well that you need to respect?
What does he do well that I need to respect? He's confident. He's confident, you know what I mean? And, anybody that's confident within their abilities, you have to respect that, So that's one thing. He's mentally strong, and I give him that. But I'm going to see if I can break that, come November 21st.
Where do you think you have the greatest advantage over him in terms of your attributes and strengths in the octagon once you stand across from him at UFC 255?
Everything. I mean, whether you're talking about the striking, I think I'm definitely the superior striker. Whether you're talking about grappling, I'm definitely the superior, grappler. And strength wise, the only thing he got on me is a little bit of height. But you know what I'm saying? That's just be enough room for me to get to the body. You know what I mean? So we definitely going old school Mike Tyson on him in this fight.
And I don't mean to get you in trouble with an employer, but at least as of your Fight Island knockout, you did have another job working at Walgreens, which for those watching around the world is a pharmacy or chemist in the United States. As you were a shift lead there, what is the timetable or I guess threshold for you to get to a point where you can say, okay, I can now focus on MMA as my full-time source of income, employment, and my round-the-clock efforts?
Right now, we not. There's no timetable for that. You know what I mean? I'm appreciative for Walgreens to keep me employed. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we never know what's going to happen. Jordan Wright might go out there and knock me out in the first round. Who knows? You know what I mean? And then it's back to getting them checks at Walgreens. You know what I mean? So you just got to get it how you live. So there is no timetable on it. You really can't put a timetable on it. We just gonna keep doing what we're doing. And if Walgreens allows me to still be employed, cool. If not, it's whatever. We just keep working. You know what I'm saying? Towards something better, and that's it.
It does speak volumes, though, to your ability to balance a schedule and do all of those things at a high level. And we're here talking about you fighting at a high level. We expect and hope you continue to do that this weekend at UFC 255. Joaquin, thanks so much and all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.